Today, I spotted a sale on the map that looks like it's going to be a cool one. From the pictures, it looks like this house is full of all kinds of collectibles, antiques, and what I'm after, retro toys. However, because of the quality of the stuff in these pictures and the variety of stuff that there is, I know that I won't be the only reseller drawn to this place, so we need to get out there, get our spot in line, and hopefully, fingers crossed, get our hands on some treasure. Let's do it.
Yeah, go for it. Not a bad idea. Follow. We're gonna be standing out here in a minute.
So here we are at the sale, and as you can probably tell, there were a bunch of people already there when I showed up, which means unfortunately, I was not in the first group of people to enter the house. And once I did make it inside, I beelined it straight for where I remembered seeing the vintage toys in the photos on the off chance that nobody had grabbed them yet. It was a long shot, but I figured I'd at least check. Unfortunately though, they had already been snatched up. And I figured it would be a similar case with pretty much everything else in the photos that I wanted to grab, so I had to do a quick pivot and head to the bedrooms to go to a place where I knew a lot of other resellers don't like to go, the closets.
Look at that right there. Nice little Pendleton. Grab that. It's a wool one too. Nice. How much are these? Button down, $6 for a Pendleton. Okay. It's a cool one. Look at that. Oh, it's a Bears. Nice. Oh, there's another one right there too. Those are cool. Heck yeah.
So as you just saw right there, I ended up pulling out a few tops, and those were good and all, but I noticed these bins down at the bottom of the closet that nobody had touched yet, and that is where the gems were.
Pepsi, gotta have it. Single stitch, we'll take it. Oh, ton of hats. Look at these. General Lee, Dukes of Hazzard. What is that? Homeland Hard Salami. It's like a painter's cap. That's weird. Super Bowl. What is that? 1988. Pontiac. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Batman corduroy. Look at that. It's got the DC tag. 1964 TM. I don't think it's that old, but that's cool. Look at that. Little Cubs painter cap. Playboy. Nice. Looks like I'm cleaning up on the hats here. Look at that, another Batman one. It says Batman underneath. It's ripped right here, but I'll think about that one. Whoa, look at that. Pac-Man. Wow, that is cool. 1980. Cereal with Pac-Man. Whoa. Cross colors? Man, these hats, I'm hitting it on these hats. Cross colors? World Cup 94, England.
And after I ended up picking up a bunch of those hats right there, I decided to go check out the basement where I found some more, you guessed it, vintage clothing.
Oh god, there's some more hats down here. Ones. Those are cool. That's a cool one. Look at that.
And finally, I ended up just doing a lap around the house, got a few little more small items, and then headed to the checkout.
Actually, would you be able to add me up before I get in line, or?
Yes, I could add you up.
Okay, cool.
I'll just bring a piece of paper.
Okay. Start pulling stuff out. I got a lot of hats and stuff. Oh wait, and then you got these guys under here you didn't get.
You don't have to wrap it.
There's 2 books and then an ET bag.
Sure.
That's funny.
ET bag, I can do $8. And the books, I can do 4.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys are fair with prices. That's fine with me.
They're close on 137.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay, what a weird sale. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I was there at the sale to get my hands on some retro toys. When I got to the sale, there was already a bunch of people in line. In fact, I ended up getting like number 33 in line, and they were only letting 20 people in at a time. So I had to wait outside in the snow for quite a while before I got my chance to enter the house. So suffice it to say, I knew I probably wasn't getting my hands on those toys that I wanted. And even though I didn't get my hands on them, I got 2 bags full of some awesome vintage clothing, which I'm not too upset about. As you can tell, I like to deal in vintage clothing, so this stuff is right up my alley, and it looked like hardly anybody else was interested in this kind of stuff, so I had pretty much free reign over the closets while I was there. And I did get a few non-clothing pieces as well. I'll start out with those since there's only 4 or 5 of those, then we'll hop into the clothing. The first thing here is this He-Man Masters of the Universe magazine from 1985. And then we have another Masters of the Universe piece. This is a trace and color coloring book. Some old coloring books have some good value. This is from 1984, and if we look on the inside, you can see it is unused. The next little piece here is a Red Goose Shoes advertising little statue thing you just put on your shelf or whatever. I didn't really know anything about it. I don't know why I felt the need to look it up, but I did, and it looked like it had some value behind it, so I grabbed it. This next piece here is another thing that I don't have a ton of knowledge in, but I know some of these can be worth some good money. This is a vintage duck call, and if we look right here, this says Tex Wertz right there, so that's probably how I'll look it up. Don't know too much about it. I just threw it in because it was only a couple bucks. Why not take the chance? And then the final piece here was another thing that was just a shot in the dark. This is a little Art Deco coin purse. Now, I'm not really too versed in these, but I have sold one in the past, and I think I got around 100 bucks for it. This one did have a price of $14 on it, so I figured why not, I'll take the chance. And that is all of the hard goods that I picked up. Now let's hop into the clothing. And let's start out with a really cool piece. Check this thing out, Chicago Bears sweater. This thing is rad. Look at those colors, look at that graphic. That is going to sell very, very well. But not only was there that one, this one was hiding in the closet right behind it. Chicago Bears, and this one is by Nutmeg. There we go, Nutmeg, which is a pretty good vintage tag to find a sweater on. But the Bears weren't the only vintage sweatshirts they had. They also had this Chicago Blackhawks one on the Swingster tag. Then I found this cool Pepsi Gotta Have It t-shirt. It's a single stitch one on a Screen Stars tag. A really nice Pendleton pure wool flannel. If you don't know about Pendleton, learn that tag right there. Pretty much anything made of wool that is by them is going to have some pretty decent value. And the last top that we have is this vintage Alan Payne Shetland wool cable knit sweater. Now those were the tops, but I also grabbed one pair of pants. It's a pair of jeans, and I think some of you will be surprised by the value of these. This right here is a pair of Levi's 501 acid wash jeans. There is the back label in case you guys wanted to see it, and down here right where my finger is the model of these jeans. You can see it says 501 and then 0109, and that's what I look up on eBay. And these guys right here have some surprising value. These are worth over 100 bucks. Not too bad for an old pair of jeans, am I right? Now those are all the shirts and stuff that I got, but the rest I got were a bunch of hats. Now I ended up getting a bunch of these, so I'm gonna fly through these pretty quickly. But I am gonna start out with my favorite one right here. This is too cool. It is a Pac-Man vintage 1980s painter cap. I've never seen this one before, but man, that might stay in my personal collection for a while because that thing is wild. Then we've got a Playboy painter cap, a brand new with the tags Pepsi Generation Next hat, 2 1988 Super Bowl hats. This one's kind of funny, look at this. Homeland Hard Salami. I'm not really sure if there's a market for this or not, but that was too cool to leave. A Dukes of Hazzard General Lee snapback trucker, a really old Chicago Cubs painter's cap, Redman Outdoorsman Club, a really funky cycling hat. I just really liked the colors on this one. Peterbilt snapback. This one right here could be a good one. It's a little dirty, I'll have to clean it up, but it's a vintage Metallica hat. Some Metallica stuff can go for some crazy money, especially the older ones. It's an older snapback and it's on the Universal tag. Then we've got UNLV, Pontiac, cross colors, always like finding vintage cross color stuff. This is a pretty cool one too, look at this. It's a Chicago Bears corduroy hat. Corduroy hats have been making a comeback and have some good value behind them, so I'm pretty sure that'll be a good one. And actually, here's another corduroy hat right here. I believe this is Illinois University. I'm not 100% sure, but it says Marching Illini. Marching Illinois? I don't know. I think it's Illinois. If that's Illinois, let me know in the comments. Then we got another little painter cap here. This is a Strauss, I think that says. Might looks like a beer hat or something. A brand new World Cup 1994 hat. It says England over here on the side. This should actually do pretty well right now because the World Cup is currently going on, so this will probably sell really, really fast. Man, there's a bunch of good ones here at the end. I think this might be my second favorite hat out of them all. Look at this. It's a vintage Batman corduroy hat, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm pretty sure that front logo right there glows in the dark, and this one was dated 1964. I'm guessing it's not that old. It's probably from the 80s, and that's just the trademark date, but that's a really cool one. And then to round things off, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these Mack trucker hats. You can see they're all brand new with the tags. Man, some of those hats are just too cool. And that is everything that I bought at the estate sale today. Overall, I am really happy with how that went. I originally went for the vintage toys, but I came out with a bunch of vintage clothing. And hopefully this little number down over here shows that the vintage clothing was totally worth it. And real quick, before we head out, I just want to take a second to thank everybody who has been supporting me over on my Ready Set World channel. I think we're like 5 or 6 episodes into my Everest base camp hike. You know, I flew over to Nepal. I was hiking up to Mount Everest with my brother a few months ago. I'm putting those videos out right now. I just want to thank everybody who has been showing me support over there. If you do want to check it out, there will be a link down in the description. Just thank you guys all for the support. Now though, that's going to wrap things up. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go down low, smash that like button for me, and consider subscribing to my channel for more content just like this, and I will see you in the next one. Till next time, keep on treasure hunting. Peace.